The rain had just stopped. Inside a small house, everyone was busy preparing for an important day. The aroma of fresh tea filled the home, but no one noticed that the youngest daughter, Zoya, stood quietly near the window. Her eyes were fixed on the road outside, while tears slowly rolled down her face. Her father looked at her and smiled. "My little girl, tomorrow you will begin a new life." Zoya smiled back, but her heart felt heavy. Since childhood, she had always been her father's greatest support. After her mother's death, she took care of the house, her younger brother, and even helped her father through difficult times. Now, her marriage had been arranged with a respectable family. Everyone believed it was the happiest moment of her life. That evening, the house was full of laughter. Children played in the courtyard while the women prepared sweets and decorated the living room. Zoya quietly helped everyone. She smiled whenever someone looked at her, but inside, she couldn't stop thinking. Late at night, after all the guests had gone to sleep, she walked onto the rooftop. The cool breeze touched her face. A few moments later, her father came upstairs carrying 2 cups of tea. He sat beside her. "Are you happy, my daughter?" Zoya stayed silent for a few seconds. Then she smiled gently. "I'm happy because you're happy." Her father looked at her carefully. A daughter's smile tells a father everything. "If there's something in your heart, you can always tell me." Zoya wanted to speak. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. Instead, she quietly rested her head on her father's shoulder. For the first time in years, both of them sat in silence, watching the stars together. Neither of them knew that after the wedding, their lives would never be the same again. The next morning, the house became even busier. Relatives arrived one after another. Some helped in the kitchen, while others decorated the courtyard with flowers and lights. Everyone was excited. Only one person kept looking at Zoya every few minutes. Her father. He noticed that she smiled whenever someone talked to her, but as soon as she was alone, the smile disappeared. After breakfast, he quietly called her. "Zoya, come with me." She followed him into the small garden behind the house. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then her father smiled. "Do you remember this mango tree?" Zoya laughed softly. "Of course. I planted it with you when I was 10. And you cried because you thought it would never grow." They both laughed. Her father looked at the tree and said, "Children are just like trees. We protect them, care for them, and pray they grow strong. But one day, they must build a home of their own." Zoya lowered her eyes. "I know, Baba." He gently placed his hand on her head. "I've never wanted riches for you. I only prayed for one thing, that the man you marry respects you, listens to you, and stands beside you in every season of life." A tear slipped from Zoya's eye. She quickly wiped it away before her father noticed. Just then, her younger brother came running into the garden. "Baba, the groom's family is coming this evening to discuss the final wedding arrangements." The house immediately became busy again. By evening, the groom's family arrived with warm smiles. Among them was Saad, the man Zoya was going to marry. It was the first time they had met properly. Saad greeted everyone politely. Instead of speaking loudly or showing off, he quietly helped Zoya's elderly grandmother carry her chair. The whole family noticed. Zoya noticed too. For the first time, she wondered if perhaps her father had been right. Maybe this marriage could become the beginning of a beautiful life. But as dinner ended, a small disagreement between the two families began over a simple wedding tradition. The smiles slowly faded, and Zoya realized that sometimes, even a small misunderstanding can grow into a much bigger problem. The next morning, the house felt different. Just one day ago, everyone was laughing and celebrating. But after the disagreement between the families, there was a strange silence. Zoya noticed it immediately. Her father sat quietly in the living room, looking at the wedding plans in front of him. "Baba," Zoya called softly. He looked up and smiled. "Don't worry, my daughter. Every family has small disagreements. What matters is how we solve them." But Zoya could see the sadness behind his smile. He had spent his whole life trying to give his children a peaceful life. The thought of any problem between the two families worried him. Later that day, Saad came to meet Zoya's family. He noticed everyone was quieter than before. After greeting them, he asked politely, "Uncle, is everything all right?" Zoya's father hesitated. "It's just a small misunderstanding. Nothing serious." Saad looked at him and said, "Sometimes small things become big because people stop talking. I believe families should solve problems with respect." Those words surprised everyone. Zoya looked at him silently. She had always heard people say that marriage is only about two people. But now she understood. Marriage also connects two families. That evening, Saad sat with his own family and calmly explained his thoughts. "We are not joining two families to create arguments. We are joining them to create a relationship." His mother listened carefully. After a long silence, she finally smiled. "You are right. We should think about their happiness first." The next day, both families met again. This time, instead of pride, there was understanding. Zoya watched her father and Saad's family laugh together again. Her heart felt lighter. But that night, when everyone was preparing for the wedding, Zoya's younger brother came to her with a worried face. "Zoya, I need to tell you something." She looked at him. "What happened?" He took a deep breath. "It's about Saad's family." Zoya's smile slowly disappeared. Zoya looked at her brother with worried eyes. "What happened? Why do you look so worried?" Her brother sat down quietly. "I heard something today, but I don't know if it's true." Zoya became nervous. "Tell me." He looked at the floor. "Someone told me that Saad's family had a lot of problems in the past. They said their home is not as peaceful as everyone thinks." For a moment, Zoya said nothing. She remembered her father's words. "Don't judge people by what others say. Look at their actions." She looked at her brother and said, "Rumors can hurt people. We should know the truth before believing anything." The next day, Zoya's father noticed that she seemed quiet. He asked, "Is something troubling you?" Zoya sat beside him. "Baba, before I start a new life, I want to be sure that I'm making the right decision." Her father smiled gently. "This is your life, my daughter. A marriage should never be built on fear. It should be built on trust and understanding." Those words gave Zoya courage. Later, she had a chance to talk to Saad. She said honestly, "Saad, I want to ask you something. I don't want to start our marriage with things left unsaid." Saad listened carefully. "I appreciate your honesty, Zoya. Ask me anything." She told him about the rumors she had heard. Saad became quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Every family has difficult days. My family also faced problems. But problems don't decide who we are. How we treat each other during those times shows our real character. Zoya listened carefully. Saad continued. I don't promise you a perfect life. No one can. But I promise that I will always try to solve problems with respect. For the first time, Zoya felt peaceful. Maybe happiness wasn't about finding a perfect family. Maybe it was about finding people who were willing to grow together. The wedding day was getting closer. But just when everyone thought everything was finally settled, a new problem entered Zoya's life. This time, it was something she never expected. The wedding was only 3 days away. The house was full of excitement again. Colorful decorations covered the walls, relatives filled the rooms with laughter, and everyone was busy with preparations. But inside Zoya's heart, there was a strange feeling. Not fear, but a feeling that something important was about to change. That evening, her father received a phone call. At first, he listened quietly. Then his expression changed. He ended the call and sat down silently. Zoya noticed. Baba, what happened? He looked at her but didn't answer immediately. After a few moments, he said, Your uncle called. There is a problem with our family business. We may lose the money we saved for some wedding expenses. Zoya became worried. Baba, why didn't you tell me before? He smiled sadly. Because this is your special time. I didn't want my problems to become your sadness. Zoya sat beside him. Baba, since childhood you have always carried our problems alone. But now I am not a little girl anymore. Her father looked at her with proud eyes. You have grown so much. The next day, when Saad heard about the situation, he came to Zoya's house. Her father felt embarrassed. Son, I hope this problem doesn't create any difficulty for you. Saad immediately replied, Uncle, I am not marrying Zoya because of a celebration or a big event. I am marrying her because I respect her. Everyone became silent. He continued, A wedding is one day, but a relationship is for a lifetime. Zoya looked at him. Those words touched her heart. But later that night, Zoya overheard a conversation between two relatives. They were saying, Maybe this marriage should be delayed. Who knows what problems will come next? Zoya stood quietly behind the door. Her heart felt heavy. For the first time, she realized, a marriage is not only a promise between two people, it is also a test of patience, trust, and courage. The next morning, Zoya had to make a decision. A decision that could change everything. The morning sun entered through Zoya's window. Usually, she loved watching the morning light, but today her heart felt heavy. She sat quietly, thinking about everything. Her father's sacrifices, her family's worries, and Saad's kindness. She knew one thing clearly. She didn't want a marriage where people only stayed together during happy moments. She wanted a relationship where people stood beside each other during difficult times too. After breakfast, Zoya went to her father. Baba, can I talk to you? Her father looked at her and smiled. Of course, my daughter. Zoya took a deep breath. I don't want a big wedding if it brings stress to our family. I don't need expensive decorations or a huge celebration. I only want a peaceful beginning. Her father's eyes filled with emotion. My daughter, you have always thought about others before yourself. Zoya held his hand. You taught me that family happiness is more important than showing people something. Later that day, Zoya shared the same thoughts with Saad. She expected him to be disappointed. But Saad smiled. "I was hoping you would say this." Zoya looked surprised. "You were?" He nodded. "Because I don't want our marriage to start with pressure. I want us to start with understanding." For the first time, Zoya felt completely sure about her decision. The wedding preparations changed. Instead of a grand celebration, both families decided to keep it simple. Everyone worked together. The same people who were worried before were now smiling again. On the wedding day, Zoya looked at her father. He was trying to hide his tears. As she left her childhood home, she hugged him tightly. "Baba, I will always be your daughter," her father whispered. "And I will always pray for your happiness." A new chapter of Zoya's life had begun. But marriage was not only about a beautiful wedding day. The real journey was about to start. Months later, Zoya discovered that building a new family required more than love. It required patience, forgiveness, and understanding. The first few weeks after marriage passed quickly. For Zoya, everything was new. A new home, new people, new responsibilities. Even the smallest things felt different. She missed her father's house, the sound of her brother laughing, and the evenings when the whole family sat together. One night, Saad noticed that she was unusually quiet. He sat beside her and asked, "Are you missing your family?" Zoya smiled sadly. "Yes, I knew I would start a new life. But I didn't know my old life would stay in my heart like this." Saad nodded. "I understand. A person doesn't leave their family behind after marriage. They carry their love with them." Those words made Zoya feel better. Slowly, she started understanding her new family. Saad's mother had a different way of doing things. Sometimes, their opinions were not the same. One morning, while preparing breakfast, Zoya accidentally made a mistake. Saad's mother looked upset. "This is not how we usually do things." Zoya became quiet. She wanted to explain herself, but she stopped. Later, Saad noticed her sadness. "What happened?" Zoya said. "I want to become part of this family, but sometimes I feel like I'm still a stranger." Saad listened carefully. Then he said, "Relationships don't become strong in one day. Give them time. You also need to share your feelings instead of keeping everything inside." The next morning, Zoya decided to take the first step. She sat with Saad's mother and said, "I know I am new here. I may make mistakes, but I truly want to learn and become closer to you." Saad's mother looked at her for a moment. Then her expression softened. "You remind me of myself when I was young." For the first time, they had a heart-to-heart conversation. Zoya realized something important. A family is not created only by marriage. It is created by small acts of kindness every day. But just when life started becoming peaceful, a phone call from Zoya's father's house changed everything. Her brother's voice sounded worried. "Zoya, Baba needs you." Her heart stopped for a moment. What happened? There was silence on the other side. Then he said, "Baba has hidden something from everyone." Zoya held the phone tightly. "Baba has hidden something? What do you mean?" Her brother's voice became emotional. "Zoya, I didn't want to worry you after your marriage. But I can't stay quiet anymore." Zoya stood up immediately. "Tell me what happened." He took a deep breath. "After your wedding, Baba's health became weaker. He didn't tell anyone because he didn't want to disturb your new life." Zoya's eyes filled with tears. She remembered her father's smile on her wedding day. Even when he was worried, he was only thinking about her happiness. "I am coming home tomorrow," Zoya said. The next day, Saad noticed her sadness. "What happened, Zoya?" She told him everything. Without hesitation, Saad said, "We are going together." Zoya looked at him. "But I don't want to trouble you." Saad smiled. "Your family is not a trouble. They are a part of your life, and now they are a part of mine too." Those words touched her heart. When Zoya reached her father's house, she saw him sitting quietly in the garden. The same garden where they had talked before her wedding. But this time, he looked tired. "Baba." He looked up and smiled. "My daughter is here." Zoya sat beside him and held his hand. "Why didn't you tell me you were struggling?" Her father looked away. "Because I wanted you to enjoy your new life. A father always wants his children to be happy." Zoya's tears fell. "Baba, happiness is not complete when the people we love are suffering." For the first time, her father realized that his daughter was no longer a child who needed protection. She had become someone who could stand beside him. Saad also sat with them and said, "We will face this together." Her father looked at both of them. At that moment, he understood something beautiful. He had not lost his daughter after marriage. He had gained another person who cared for her. Days passed, and the family worked together to solve the problems. Slowly, things started getting better. But one evening, Zoya received unexpected news. Something happened in Saad's family that would test her marriage in a completely new way. The news from Saad's family changed the peaceful days again. Saad's younger brother had made a serious mistake in his work, and the family was facing a difficult situation. Everyone in the house was worried. Some relatives started blaming each other. This happened because nobody was careful. Someone should take responsibility. The house that was once filled with laughter became quiet. Zoya watched everyone from a distance. She remembered her father's words. A family is tested not when everything is easy, but when life becomes difficult. That evening, Saad sat alone in the room. Zoya walked toward him. "You look worried." Saad sighed. "I don't know how to fix everything. I want to protect my family, but sometimes I feel helpless." Zoya sat beside him. "When I was worried about my father, you stood beside me. Now it's my turn to stand beside you." Saad looked at her with a small smile. "You have changed so much." Zoya smiled. Marriage changes people, but it also teaches them how to become stronger. The next morning, instead of letting the family argue, Zoya brought everyone together. She said politely, "We are a family. If one person falls, we don't push them away. We help them stand again." Everyone became silent. Saad's mother looked at Zoya with emotional eyes. She remembered the shy girl who had entered their home months ago. Now she was the person bringing everyone together. Later that day, Saad's brother apologized. "I made a mistake. I thought everyone would hate me." Saad placed his hand on his shoulder. "We are upset about the mistake, but we will never stop caring about you." Slowly, the tension disappeared. That night, Saad's mother came to Zoya. She held her hand and said, "When you first came into this house, I thought I was losing my son. But now I understand. I gained a daughter." Zoya couldn't hold back her tears. She hugged her. Years ago, Zoya thought marriage meant leaving one family behind to join another. But now she understood. A heart can make space for more love. After many years, Zoya often thought about the journey that changed her life. She remembered the day she was nervous about marriage. She remembered leaving her father's home with tears in her eyes. At that time, she thought she was losing the family she loved. But life taught her something beautiful. Love does not divide families. Love makes families bigger. One evening, everyone gathered at Zoya's father's house. Her father sat in the garden, watching his children and grandchildren laughing together. Zoya sat beside him and smiled. "Baba, do you remember how worried you were on my wedding day?" Her father laughed softly. "Yes, I was happy, but I was also afraid. I wondered if my daughter would be happy in her new home." Zoya looked towards Saad and smiled. "You taught me that a good relationship is built with patience and respect. I just followed your advice." Saad came closer and said, "Uncle, you didn't just raise a daughter. You raised a person with a beautiful heart." Her father looked at them with pride. He finally understood that his daughter had not gone away after marriage. She had created another home while keeping the old one in her heart. Zoya looked at both families sitting together. There were no strangers anymore, only people connected by love and care. She realized that every marriage has difficult days. There can be misunderstandings, challenges, and moments when people feel tired. But when there is respect, honesty, and kindness, a relationship can become stronger than any problem. The same girl who once cried before starting a new life was now smiling because she had learned the true meaning of marriage. Not a perfect life, but a life where two people support each other. Not losing a family, but gaining another one. And that was the promise she carried forever. The end. If you like this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more emotional family stories.